1999, a man that goes by the name of Yasuhiro Imagawa proposed an idea to make a film for Resident Evil. This would mark history as the first concepts of a film for this future titan of a franchise. Now I know you're saying, those movies by Paul W.S. Anderson are already fire. Badass biddies with guns and zombies. What else do you want? What do you people need? Capcom brought forth the director for Genocyber and a freaking anime about big-breasted women beating the piss out of each other, and a writer that only has one writing credit on the Internet Movie Database made the beautiful baby existence of Biohazard 4D Executor. This Resident Evil film will be completely CGI and with a budget of 1.4 million US freedom dollars. I find it interesting that after the movie was produced, it was actually sent out to theaters in Japan. Until later, they released it in Japanese theme parks, which is more interesting that the movie was designed to see in 4D. Yes, I said it, the fourth dimension. Ooh, spooky. If you ever had a 4D movie experience, let me tell you something. It's some crazy wild stuff, man. I seen some shit and felt some really bad shit. You get like air blown in your neck, simulating like Rick Ross is breathing all over you, and you just so happen to be a greasy bag of french fries. Your chairs will tilt so violently, worse than the Morbius movie. Hashtag get morb. Not gonna lie, if Sony re-released Morbius in 4D format, it definitely would have sold more tickets than Joker Folly El Doo. Anyway, without further ado, let's go watch the first Resident Evil film ever made. I'll leave the link in the description below, the full unedited version without my handsome commentary, of course.
本当に博士がここにいるのか。 ID カードの反応を捉えた以上確認する必要がある。それが我々の任務だ。ここなら食い物には事欠かん。隠れるには絶好の場所だな。もしかするとドクターを食っちまったゾンビが ID をぶら下げているのかもな。どっちにしろそろそろご対面と行きたいとこ。
Give the only black man on the team a fucking do-rag. How fucking gangster is that? Is it me or is the black guy like just smiling like unnecessarily? Everyone else is also serious. I just can't take that serious. Even though like this is like 90s CGI made by a small team and it looks like very terrible for today's standards, but man, it just like this style of like CGI short films or cartoons or any sort of media, when done well, it just looks gross and uncanny at sometimes. Like, just look at that. Like, I feel like it being in a low resolution just makes it even like creepier. I have a huge fear of roaches, so I take this seriously. I just find them appalling and disgusting. I'm pretty sure they have their own importance in the environment, but this, I don't know, that scene just made me shiver a little bit, like a tingle down my spine. This shot is absolutely just gross. It looks like Carnage from the Spider-Man series and Freddy Krueger face-fucked each other and had a contest on what ugly spawn they can create. I feel like the design does have a little hint of like Nemesis in there from Resident Evil 3. By God. I've never seen this in any game. And the tongue, ugh. But this thing is very great with the ladies.
待て、中はこのありさまだ。外へ回って車でならすぐ追いつく。ノーマン、レド、車に戻れ。
This scene here is pretty great because it kind of shows you what this virus can do. I was going to refer to this virus as the Executor virus. The Executor virus is more like The Thing from the movie The Thing. It's a great movie by John Carpenter. I recommend checking it out. So what the Executor virus does, supposedly to control any living organism, as you see from the roach's point of view and the rat's point of view. I think it's an interesting way to show the paranoia and the feeling that these soldiers are always being watched. It's kind of cool to get it from an antagonistic point of view. One of my favorite scenes in this little short film, you get a really cool glimpse of a bird's eye view from the infected raven or crow stalking and hunting its prey, which is the soldiers who are like literally on the run looking for the scientists. If I were definitely one of these guys, I definitely want to get the fuck out of there and complete the mission as soon as possible before sticking around in Raccoon City, which is presumably destroyed.
I
am 100% with bro on this one. He's asking all the real questions here. I wonder what Umbrella's mission statement is as a company or corporation. Like, they just never made sense. I understand selling these viruses to arms dealers, probably have a good market in that, but selling and creating these man-made horrors of incomprehensive reality, you're literally killing your customer base. I flat out find it hilarious. It left the only one machine gunner up above, and he can't fight against a single crow. I understand that, like, it's a zombie crow, it's an executor virus crow, but bro, you're in a special forces, I'm assuming so, and this dude has skill issues against a crow. You had to run that back because that's just pure nightmare fuel. We get to see our main character bully a couple zombies and too late, tentacle monster's out. Boom, he's saved by his friend. Whoever modeled that monster's ass cheeks, they knew what they're doing. You can hear them clap all the way from the Ganado village.
恨むなよ、レイド。
And just like that, it was all a dream. Psych! Is it just me, or is he excited to see the doctor? I'm not gonna get over the fact that they animated sweat pouring out of his skin pores of his face, and they wiped it off. 10 out of 10, attention to detail.
バラバラにされた後も
私はずっとあなたたちを見張っている。
That is disgusting.
私の研究につられて捜索隊が派遣されてきた。私にとっては新鮮な実験材料。
And that was it. Now, I think this is a pretty good short film for what it was. It came out in the year 2000. It was gross as shit. I discovered it around like a decade ago. It's considered as a lost media to me because not a lot of people in the Resident Evil community know about this short film. I've actually found it by accident. I was surfing for anime on an anime pirate website and I looked up Resident Evil. I was just curious if any animes came out for Resident Evil, and this actually popped up. Seeing it for the first time creeped me the hell out. I think the Executor virus was executed very well, pun intended. And it kind of sucks that this is not considered like extremely canon, because there's some interesting concepts, and I can see a concept for a full-blown movie. Yeah, I know, we have all those Resident Evil movies already from Hollywood, and the animated ones with Leon, and nothing could capture the horror of Resident Evil like Resident Evil 4D Executor. This was originally on a 4D format too. Like all great Japanese things, it never got popular outside of Japanese amusement parks. To many of the Resident Evil fans that discovered this film by accident, this is probably deemed the best Resident Evil film adaptation ever, and it's even the first adaptation if you think about it.